Heaven, heaven. This is Tycoon Heaven, and let's have a new spiritual talk. And today, let's talk about good and bad. What is the difference between good? What is the difference between being bad? And we're going to try to take a standard that's versatile, right? So let's say this standard is a standard that arises from looking at the multiverse rather than arises from looking at a galaxy or solar system or something like that, right? We're going to try to get really, really big standards, right? The difference between good and bad at the multiversal level, right? And all the way down to the Planck scale at the multiversal level, right? Weird stuff. And so I put forth that the difference between good and bad is good is faster vibrations with a more complex geometric expression, whereas bad is a state with lower moving, slower vibrations with ugly geometries, right? And so that might be a new radical form of a way of thinking about good and bad, but we must really begin to comprehend about the scale of life, right? The way life is organized at the multiversal level, right? But so of course it is organized along the lines of vibration, right? And so we have vibrations. Some are fast, some are slow, right? Some are medium, right? But what do fast vibrations do? Well, fast vibrations create beautiful complexity. Excellent. What do slow vibrations do? Well, they create ugly and painful feelings, right? And so we must learn to distinguish between the two. We must learn to properly judge what is good and what is bad for my life, right? And so we comprehend that when I think a slow, negative thought, well, that's bad, right? Because it's going to end up building an ugly geometry, right? And ugly geometry is what the representation of bad is, right? It's got to be somewhere. And where is it? Oh, it's with the ugly and the painful, because that's where it's supposed to be, right? In the same way is that in the good side, right? You think a good thought, right? And it ends up building a nice, beautiful, high, fast, complex energy that is enjoyed by all. That is, once again, sought after because it feels so good. And so, if you are listening in, I just say, hey, roll you one up. Blow that thing while you listen to this good spiritual talk. So, once again, we're going back to the structure of good is a fast, complex geometry, and negativity, ugly, bad, is a slow, malformed geometry, right? Because we're saying that, okay, reality is organized along the lines of vibration, right? Vibrations in dimensionality or geometries. So in the fourth dimension, the energy is going to look like this particular geometry, and the third dimension is going to look like this particular geometry. And so it's all about, once again, it's really, 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 really all about, I'm good, I could be better, let's get better, right? It's about being better than I used to be yesterday. And the one way that we are for sure about how we get better is by changing the words with which we think, by changing, ever changing on purpose, the geometries that are tied to our life, that are created by our life, right? This is what it is about. Every day I produce better and better geometries. Every day I am in the states of higher, more complex geometries, even if it's just imaginary states. So I like to keep these about 5 minutes long. So let me tell you once again, what is the difference between good and bad? Good is a beautiful thought, is a beautiful action, is a beautiful feeling, is a beautiful scene, right? Bad is an ugly thought, an ugly action, a pain painful feeling, an ugly scene, right? And so the next time you think about the difference between good and bad, let it be science-based instead of religious-based, emotional-based, whatever the heaven you guys are doing. All right, have a blessed day, and heaven.